Good morning, this is Kayla of Keep Scrappin Designs, and today I wanted to show you my lace-ups templates and a little tip of how to use these laces when the kit you want to scrap with doesn't have a string or a ribbon that you can use to lace through the paper. So let's get started. I'm going to go over here to my Photoshop Elements 10, and I've already started my layout. It's almost finished. I've been using a kit called A Little Crush by Blue Heart Scraps. It's a fun new kit from my friend Joy Lynn. Thanks, Joy Lynn, for letting me use your kit. And we've got this last lace here that it looks kind of flat right now as it is in the template, and so I want to add some texture and make it more rounded like a real string. So the first thing I'm going to do is hold down my control key and click on the lace, and that will take you to lace 3 here in the layers palette, and we're going to add a bevel style to it. So go up here and click on the second icon in your layer style, and the drop down menu, go to bevels, and we're going to add a simple inner bevel. Click apply, and we want to go in here on the effects icon, double click that. Now default for Photoshop Elements is 120 on the lighting angle, and that makes the light come in from the top left and down to the right. But on this kit, my elements, the light is coming in from the right and going down to the left. So I'm going to change this to 45, and that will change it so that the light is on this side, on the right side of my lace, and the shadow is on the left side. Click OK. Now we want to add some texture to this lace to make it look more like a string. So I brought in a paper from the kit, A Little Crush. Turn that on here, and you can see it's got the texture there. And then add it right above your lace 3, and hover your cursor between the two layers and hold down the Alt key, and it will change to this double circle. Click down, and that will group the paper to the lace and give it this nice texture. Now we're going to combine, merge these two together. So hold down your Shift key and have both layers selected. Press Ctrl+E, and that will make them into one merged document. And you see you've got it here with your string. Now what we want to do is come over here in our layers palette to the bottom layer, and that's the part that's sticking out here in these holes. We're going to click on the make a new layer icon, and we're going to get our brush tool. So come over here, select your brush tool, and we're going to use the basic brushes, and I'm going to scroll down here and select this 100 soft brush and close that out. Now the reason I'm going to put this on its own layer is because I want to adjust the opacity of these brush strokes later so they look more realistic. So let's just double click on that layer and call it brush holes, and then we'll come over into our document. Let me zoom in just a little bit more, and we'll find our holes here. Now since our shadow is going down into the left, we're going to come down here kind of down into the left and make our little holes. And I don't really like that one, so we'll undo and then kind of like that. Now it's awful dark right now, but as we adjust it later, it'll be okay. And then come over here and just kind of make it more to the, undo that one, I messed that one up too. Okay, come like that. Thank goodness for the undo button so we can fix our mistakes as we're scrapping. That's one of the best parts of digital. Do one there, and maybe we want just a little bit more there. Okay, come up, and we're going to come down into the left, make it look like it's kind of the strings more in the hole underneath it, kind of wrapping back around. And then let's adjust the opacity of this layer down to, let's say, about 75%. I think that looks good. And we'll zoom back out and see how we like it. And if we think we need a little bit more, we can go in and do that. Now right here on this top one, it looks kind of funny because it's got this highlight on the string. And so what I'm going to do is get my move tool again. I'm going to control and click on the string so I can get my layer that's on. And I want to use the burn tool and take away some of this highlight right here so that it looks like it's more bent down under the paper instead of laying on top. So over here in your tools, under the sponge tool, there is another tool called the dodge and the burn tool. And we're going to use the burn tool. And we're going to come up here and pick a nice soft round brush. We'll just use that same 100 brush. Or we can even use a 65. That looks like it's a little bit closer to the size. And then we'll come back here. We'll make sure we're on our lace layer that we want to work on. And we're just going to maybe use the bracket keys to come down in size a little bit, and we're just going to brush in a little bit of darkness here so that it doesn't look quite so harsh and dark, and that will help it look more realistic. Okay, and now that looks better. Looks like we're all done. The laces are here, they're rounded, the photos are tucked in. But we've got to add our shadow now. We've got our photo tucked in, we've got our highlights and burning, but we need to add our shadow to this string. So I'm going to come back over here to my layers palette, and I've got some shadow styles that I've purchased from Shell's Creations, and they're called Me and My Shadow Styles, and I'm going to use her Me and My Shadow Styles to the LL, which is the lower left, since that's the direction my shadows are going on this layout. And I'm going to use this string shadow style and click apply, and that applies a nice shadow style here. So now we've got a realistic string with the shadow style and the photo tucked underneath. It looks really nice, and we're ready to go. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you have any questions, you can email me at keepscrappin.designs@gmail.com, and I'll have that link underneath this video, and hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.